Starting with my first dupe, I will be making this wooden round Merry Christmas sign that is on sale for $22.49. From Dollar Tree, I will be using this wooden circle and these beads. And I'm using the Dollar Tree vinyl, but I did use my Cricut to cut out the word Merry Christmas. Alright, so I do want to explain this bead situation because this sign already comes with beads. So honestly, you do not need the pack of beads that I am using, but this pack already has these white beads that I wanted to use instead of me painting the beads to come on this sign. Plus, the beads that I will be removing from this sign, I will be using them in this video. Now I'm going to carefully remove the string from the staple, remove the beads, and then add the white beads. I used around half of the bag, then I put the string back on the staple, use a hammer, and staple that back on there. Hopefully it made sense. But anyways, now this is how it looks. Now this is already white, but I wanted to make it whiter, so I did go over it with some white paint. Like I mentioned earlier, I used my Cricut and the Dollar Tree vinyl to cut out the word Merry Christmas. And if you don't have a Cricut, you can always use the Dollar Tree stickers. Now I'm going to add Christmas and then Merry on the center. But that is it for this beautiful Merry Christmas sign, which it turned out so nice and it looks so high-end, just like the one at Kirkland's. For my next dupe, I will be making a set of these red berry Christmas trees that are on sale for $89.99. From Walmart, I will be using 2 of these berry picks that were 98 cents. And I got these last year, but Dollar Tree does carry berry picks that you can use instead. From Dollar Tree, I will be using this floral foam, which I already used half a while back, so I will be using 2 little pieces of this. And for the burlap, I use this burlap roll that I got from Walmart a while back. So I'm going to start by cutting 2 pieces of the floral foam, and then those 2 pieces I'm going to cut them and make like 4 pieces. As you can see, 1 piece is bigger than the other. Then I'm going to glue the smaller piece on top of the bigger piece. Now for the burlap, I will be cutting 4 pieces. Now I didn't have like a other burlap. This is the only burlap I have, but if you have one of them burlaps that the holes are like really small, then you don't need 4 of these pieces. You just need 2 of them. Now one of the trees, I did add them into the foam without me cutting some of that wire at the bottom. That is because on the set, one tree is bigger than the other. But you don't have to cut the bottom, just make 2 of the same side. And this is how they look so far. Now I already made one and I wasn't sure how to make this, so I did make one first, and once I had it made, I decided to show you how I did it. But all I did is put both of the burlaps together so they can be thicker. Then I rolled them around the foam at the bottom, used a piece of jute string and tied it at the top. I also made a jute twine bow and added at the top. And for the bottom, this is how I glued it. Then once I had all the glue there, you can't see me doing it, but I used a little silicone mat the Dollar Tree carries for me to like hold it in place so it can be nice and straight. But that is it, guys. Look how beautiful these burlap little trees turned out. For my next project, I will be making this Merry Trees and Beads Christmas banner garland, which is on sale for $11.24. From Dollar Tree, I will be using the poster sticker letters, the pack of beads I used earlier. This time I'm using the black beads, and these Christmas tree cutouts. These are from last year. Dollar Tree is carrying some similar ones, but these right here are wider than the ones from this year. I'm using 5 of the Christmas trees, and I'm going to start adding the letters to each Christmas tree. Now, as you can see, the whole entire letter doesn't fit on there, or most of it, and whatever's left over, I'm going to just cut the little piece off. And honestly, you can just leave them like this. You don't have to paint over them. They already look nice. And just add the jute twine with the beads and finish the garland off. But the garland at Kirkland's has a black tree, so I'm going to try to do it the closest I can to the one at Kirkland's. Once the paint is dry, I'm going to remove the letters, and this is called reversible stencils. Now, some of them bled through. That is because my paintbrush had like water on it and I didn't dry it, so the paint was kind of watery. But I think this still looks nice. Now I'm going to use a little pack of the black beads and just add 2 beads, then add one of the trees, then 2 more beads, and then another tree. And I'm going to do that until I finish adding the last tree, and at the end I will be adding 2 more beads. I will be adding a knot on each end. The last thing I will be doing is flipping the banner over and then adding a little bit of hot glue on each little hole, just so like that the trees don't move around. And that is it for this beautiful Merry garland. For my next dupe, I will be making this red glitter Believe Christmas wall sign, which is on sale for $14.99. Now, mine is not gonna say Believe. From Dollar Tree, I will be using a 4x6 canvas, some popsicle sticks, and from Hobby Lobby, I'm using this pack of word signs, which it has 4 of them. It has 2 peace and 2 rejoice. I will be using the red peace sign. I'm going to start by removing the staples, the canvas, and painting the wood frame using the Waverly Antique Wax. Once this was dry, I added the popsicle sticks. Now I'm reusing these that I already had, which I painted white, and I'm going to just cut them to size and glue them to the back. All 4 of them fit in this frame perfectly, but what I did is I glued the first one not all the way on the side, so when I glued the last one it was a little bit off, so I did have to cut that one. Now, like I said, I'm using the word peace instead of believe. The only reason I did this is because this already comes in the color red, and I felt like this was perfect for this. Now, as you can see, it does fit, but I didn't like the whole P thing at the end, so I did cut it off and made it shorter. And that is it for this peace sign. For my next dupe, I will be making this Merry Christmas wooden bead frame sign, which is on sale for $22.49. For this project, I will be using this Dollar Tree frame. The beads I removed from the wooden circle, a paint stir stick, the Dollar Tree vinyl, but I used my Cricut to cut out the word Merry Christmas, and from Hobby Lobby, this scrapbooking paper. I'm going to start by measuring the paint stir stick. Each little square I'm gonna cut out, it's 1.5 inches, and I'm going to cut 5 squares in total. Once I have all of the 5 squares, now I'm going to add a letter to each little square. Like I said, I did use my Cricut, but I used a Dollar Tree white vinyl. Once I am done adding the letters, I'm going to set this to the side and add the scrapbooking paper to the frame. Now I'm going to cut it to size, and I won't be using the glass. I'm going to glue the paper using the glue stick. Now that I have the back, before I add this to the frame, I'm going to add the little squares. I'm going to start by adding 6 beads on a piece of jute twine. Now I'm going to just add that jute string all the way at the top, and then I'm going to add a little square in between each beads. And I'm not gluing them, I'm just placing them there. I want them to see where I want them to go before I glue them. Now, once I knew where I wanted them to go, I started to glue the little squares to the paper and then underneath the string. Just like this. Hopefully you can understand what I'm doing. It's really hard for me to explain. Now, once I am done, I just glue the ends, then place the back on the frame. To finish it off, I will be adding the word Christmas at the bottom. And that is it for this Merry Christmas sign, which is honestly my favorite one. My next dupe is going to be this Pine Berry Christmas bowl arrangement, which is on sale for $112.49. Now mine is like way smaller than that one, and this is actually more of an inspiration than a dupe. So from Dollar General, I will be using this look-alike wooden bowl. It's a plastic bowl, but it looks like a wood bowl. I know it says $2, but I got it on sale for 25 cents. From Dollar Tree, I will be using some floral foam, and I'm going to glue it in the center of the bowl. For the greenery, I will be using this eucalyptus one that I got from the Dollar Tree, and honestly this is like 75 of it because I used this one in some other video, like a little bit of it. So I'm going to cut these little pieces, and I'm also using these Dollar Tree pine picks, which even though they say mini, they are pretty big for this bowl, so I did cut these in half. The berries I'm using are from a berry pick I got from Walmart. These were actually little pieces that I had here and there. And the pine cones are, I don't remember from where, but those also I had them here and there. Now I'm going to start by adding the little pieces of pine cones, or not pine cones, pine picks, and then adding the eucalyptus. I was going to use this other greenery here that I have, but I ended up not using it. Instead, I added the entire bag of the pine pick. Now, after I'm done adding the pine picks, I added the little berries here and there, and then I added the pine cones. And that is it for this arrangement. Honestly, this is so pretty and so nice. I will be making this Christmas wall plaques set of 2, which is $59.99 at Kirkland's. These are the materials I will be using. Everything is from Dollar Tree except the words I'm going to be using. That I use my Cricut to cut those. So you can make this set of 2 under $5. I'm saying $5 because in case you don't have a Cricut, you do need to purchase some kind of words to put on this, or you can even use your own handwriting. So anyways, I'm going to start by removing the back of the decor signs and the images in the front, plus the words. I did try to be careful so I can reuse these words in sometime next year or this year, but I accidentally broke them. I'm still saving them though. Once I had removed the paper, I will be adding another backing to this, and I'm using the Dollar Tree vinyl, which if you can't find this, you can always use the Hobby Lobby or Michael's scrapbooking paper. As you can see, this is also the buffalo check one. This is not exactly the same one that the image has from the Kirkland's picture, but it was close enough. Once I am done cutting these, I'm going to just place them on the back of these, and these are very easy. Since this is vinyl, it's like if you're putting a sticker. And this is how it looks. Now I'm going to just place it back on the frame and set these to the side and work on what I'm going to put in the center. So I'm using these Dollar Tree wood planks. 6 come in a pack. I'm only using 2. I'm going to paint them using some white chalk. Once these were dry, I was going to add them inside the frame, but then I realized they were too big, so I did have to cut these down just a tiny bit. Then I added the words, which one says merry and bright, and then the other one says comfort and joy. Like I said, I did use my Cricut. Now I'm going to glue them in the center of the frame, and that is it. Look how beautiful this 2-piece set turned out. For my next project, I will be making this buffalo check monogram wall hanging, which is $49.99 at Kirkland's. These are the materials I will be using. I'm going to start with this Dollar Tree fall sign, which I am going to remove the front image. And look how quick and easy this was. This is like the first time I get something that was so easy to remove. I usually struggle to remove the images. But anyways, then I'm going to just paint like a square in the center using some white chalk paint. Then I'm going to place the sign on top of the scrapbooking paper so I can trace it and cut it to size. For the next step, you need something round. I will be using this bamboo ring that I got from the Dollar Tree, but you can use like a plate, a cup, or whatever is round to make the circle. Just remember, it does have to be bigger than the letter you'll be using. And this is how I cut the circle. I won't be using the piece I cut off, but I will be saving it because I can't use that for something else. So now that I have my paper cut out, I am going to use this Elmer's glue to glue this. You can use Mod Podge if you like.
There are Christmas decorations all around. Tonight love and peace are everywhere. Christmas, oh Christmas.
Now for the pieces of wood that it has at the top and the bottom, I'm using these bamboo sticks that I got from Amazon. I'll have the link down in the description box in case you want to check those out. You can use paint sticks or you can even use dowels for this. I almost forgot to mention I did use the Waverly Antique Wax to paint these. Now I'm going to glue one at the top and one at the bottom. And look how pretty this looks. Now you have two options. You can trace the M and paint the M inside, or you can make this more like a 3D and just paint the M and add this instead, which that is what I did. This is going to be more like a 3D instead. Now for the greenery that goes around the circle, you can paint that yourself, or you can make it 3D like I am. I'm using these small little wreaths that I got last year from the Dollar Spot. 3 came in a pack for $3, and I'm using 2 of them to make a bigger wreath and add that instead. So this next step is extra. I don't think the original has a bead hanger, or at least I didn't see one, but that is what I'm going to do. I'm using the same little jute twine hanger that I had and added some of the Dollar Tree beads. And that is it for this project. Look how beautiful this turned out. I did make this under $5. My next project is absolutely one of my favorite ones, which is this winter greenery ski wall plaque. You can use this all through winter. This is $69.99 at Kirkland's, and these are the materials I will be using. Alright, so I'm going to start with these 5-gallon paint stir sticks. I got these from Walmart, which I absolutely love. They look like they're already painted. 3 come in a pack, and I paid under $1.50. I'm not sure how much they were, but I know I didn't pay more than that. Now I'm using 2 of them. Instead of cutting the little handle part off, I will be making it into a triangle instead. Now for the dowels, I'm using 3 of them. I did cut 1 in half so I can attach them to the other dowels to make this longer. I'm not sure if these dowels are from Walmart or I got them from Dollar Tree, but Dollar Tree does carry dowels. So now that I have all of my parts together, I'm going to start putting this ski together. I'm going to glue the 2 paint stir sticks first and make this into an X. Then for the dowels, I decided to use some vinyl to put it around it. Now I only added this because this made it more sturdy since I did attach 2 of them together. You can't paint this instead of using the vinyl. Now for this brown part of the handle, I will be adding some jute twine instead. Now to glue these, I'm going to glue one of the dowels first, and then I'm going to cut the other dowel in half so then I can attach them. So like that, this isn't so bulky, because if I add it on top, it was going to be like very bulky. And this is how it looks. Now to cover the part where I cut it, I will be adding the greenery. I'm using this Walmart greenery that I got from last year. I'm only using this pick right here. I did remove this bottom part off. And then I added some other Christmas greenery that I had to make this bigger. I tied it together. Then instead of gluing this to my ski, I did use some jute twine to tie it instead. The ribbon I will be using, the red buffalo check, is from Walmart, and the other one is from Hobby Lobby. Now I am making this into like a double bow, even though once I had tied this, you can't even really tell it's a double bow. It's more like a 2-tone color bow. Hopefully it made sense. But anyways, once I am done doing the bow, I'm going to just add it underneath the greenery. Now to finish this off, I will be adding the hanger using this burlap ribbon. And that is it. Look how beautiful this turned out. My next dupe is this 33-inch pre-lit flock Christmas tree, which is $69.99. And these are the materials I will be using. This 30-inch flock Christmas tree, I got it from the Target dollar spot for $5. To make the crate, I will be using these Dollar Tree wood planks, which 6 came in a pack, but I'm only using 5, and some of the Dollar Tree Jenga blocks. One thing I do want to mention that the Kirkland's Christmas tree is pre-lit. I will not be adding lights to mine, but you are more than welcome to. Dollar Tree does carry lights that you can use. Once I am done doing my crate, I will be painting it using the Waverly Antique Wax. To attach the tree inside the crate, I will be adding some of this floral foam. Dollar Tree carries floral foam that you can use. I just had this big old pack that I got from Hobby Lobby for like $2. Now I'm going to just cut a piece and glue it inside my crate. To make this more heavier and it doesn't like fall around, I will be adding some rocks inside. This Christmas tree comes with the little legs. I will not be using those. I'm going to just stick this directly into the foam. Once I am done doing that, I'm going to add some garland to the bottom to cover like the foam and the rocks. So once I was done spreading all the branches, it honestly looked like the Dollar Tree Christmas trees where it has nothing. So I did remember I had this semi-flock garland that I added around it. Now I'm going to show you the before and after the garland. But that is it for this tree. I decided not to add some lights. Well, like I said, once again, you are more than welcome to. For my next project, I will be making this 3-piece Christmas tabletop set, which they are $54.99 and they are a lot bigger than mine. Now for mine, I will be using these Dollar Tree Christmas trees. This pack right here is from this year, and this pack right here is from last year, so they are 2 different sizes. Now for the 3rd Christmas tree, I will be making one using 2 of the small little Christmas trees. And I'm also using 3 Jenga blocks, some scrapbooking paper from Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to start by taking the start off from the Christmas trees. So for this Christmas tree right here, this is the one from this year, which they are a lot slimmer. As you can see, this Christmas tree is from last year. It is a lot wider. So that is the only difference. They are the same height. For the 3rd Christmas tree, you can use one of the little small ones and that's it, but then it's going to look so much smaller than the other 2. So to make this a little bit bigger, I am going to attach 2 Christmas trees together and make it a little bit taller. For my smaller Christmas tree, I'm going to paint it black, and for the other two, I will be adding the scrapbooking paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. I will be using the glue stick to just glue them. I also forgot to mention I did paint the little bottom, or the, what's it called? The bottom of the tree using the antique wax. Once I had my little Christmas trees, then I added them to the Jenga block. For the smaller Christmas tree, I did have to cut the Jenga block because it was way too big. And then that is it, guys. That is it for these little Christmas tree. Oh, one more thing. I did forget to mention that on the Jenga block, I made like a little hole. So when I added the tree, it stayed more in place. But that is it for this 3-piece set, which look how cute they turned out. This is an inspiration. Now I got these from Burlington. They were $9.99 each, so I just spent a little bit over $20. I do want to show you that you can make this using mostly Dollar Tree items. So from Dollar Tree, you're gonna need 2 of these wooden ornaments, these mini pine picks, some pine cones. I got this garland, but you only need 4 of them, and some red berries. Now I got these from Michael's last year, so I did purchase them for like 50 cents. Now these words right here, I decided to use them because they were already red, and I got them from Hobby Lobby. They were like $1.60 for the pack. I'm using these bamboo sticks that I got from Amazon and some paint stir sticks that I got from Walmart. I don't know if this is an ornament or a light bulb, but it looks like an ornament to me. So I did mix 3 paints. I used the Waverly chalk paint in the color Ivory, this butterscotch paint that I got, and a little bit of brown. It honestly looks just like the ivory color, but this is the color. Now I'm going to distress it using the Waverly antique wax. I'm only doing all the edges and this little part right here. Like I mentioned earlier, these words come from Hobby Lobby. They were $2.99, but they are 60% off, and I got them for like $1 and something. Now this has 4 words: to rejoice and 2 peace. I'm using the piece for my first ornament. Using the paint stir sticks, I am going to just cut them to size, like a piece for the top and a piece for the bottom. And I did use my jigsaw to cut these. I then painted them using the Waverly antique wax, and I also painted 2 of the bamboo sticks. Once everything was dry, this is how I glued the paint sticks and the bamboo sticks. Now for the bamboo sticks, before I cut them, I glued them first, and then I cut them using some scissors, but you can cut them before you glue them. You can do either or. Once I had glued everything, I then went ahead and glued the peace sign. Now, if you don't have this, you can always use your Cricut. You can use the Dollar Tree galvanized words, or you can use poster sticker letters. But I felt like this went perfect since the words were already red. Now I'm going to use these mini pine picks that I got from the Dollar Tree. This pack has 6 of them, and I'm only using 1 for each ornament, which I cut in half. I then glued the berries and then the pine cones, which I did have to cut them and tie them together. To finish this off, I made this little cute bow using some Walmart ribbon, and I added a string with beads. And that is it, guys. Look how beautiful this sign turned out. For the next ornament, I did the same thing. I painted it the same way, but this time I'm using the Rejoice, and I'm going to put this slanted. I'm also doing the paint stir stick slanted. I am going to trace them first and then cut them. And then paint them using the Waverly Antique Wax. I also painted the bamboo sticks. Once everything was dry, I then glued them. For this ornament, I only use one bamboo stick. I then repeated the same thing I did to the other ornament. Add the pine picks, the berries, the pine cones, and the bow. And that is it for the other ornament, which I think they turn out so beautiful and they look so high-end and they almost look just like the other ones. And that is it, guys. Let me know down in the comment section which one was your favorite, because I would love to know. So thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye.